Hey Griddle Nation, welcome back. The pizza party continues. We're here with Blackstone Betty, and she is showing us the ins and outs of the pizza. Today in this live, we are learning how to launch the pizza into the pizza oven. So Betty, let's get started.
I think the party is started. I've got a good group right here with me today. I've got Mary Jo, Tracy, Kayleen, and Sherry. We're gonna make pizza, and I'm excited because you guys don't have much experience, which I love. All right, you guys have your pizza dough already out. I've got my pizza dough coming out of our nice little proofing box. A little bit of semolina went down on all of yours, and our dough goes down. With our fingertips, we're gonna run through just a little bit of stretching, using your fingertips, pressing out the air towards your crust. You wanna form a crust. The more air you get out of the center of your pizza into your crust, the less of a big bubbly ball of pizza you'll have. So I like to try to get this a little bit thinner. I like a thin pizza, not too much of a crust, although I do like the bubbles. Do you guys like the bubbles?
How come you don't use a rolling pin?
Because we're not baking pastry. We want to work with, we want to do, yes, we want to do the rolling pins for things like dessert. I think if you roll with a rolling pin, then you're going to get like a flat pizza and no crust. So do you see how if you push out, you create this nice bubble of a crust around, like, yes, just like Sherry.
I don't have it.
Press. You don't, yes, hold on. I will help you, come on. Let me help you. Okay.
Oh, I have a good blob.
So when you're pushing this way, you can use this hand and kind of push.
I see.
And yours is a little bit flat, but
Well,
it's okay because
thinking about
just
it
keep
too much.
pushing it this way.
I made a hole.
You made a hole. What do we do about a hole? How do we fix a hole? Do we know how to fix a hole, Mary Jo?
Twist it together.
Yes, and pinch or do that. Or I can give you a new pizza dough ball if you want out of my proofing box. Here you go. Take one of my dough balls.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. But nobody else can get a hole because that's about all I have. Yeah, so look, so instead of start like this in the center and get that crust going before we use our palms.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. And then yours is good, that edge. I think yours is great. Once we get to this edge part, which you have a nice edge, making sure that it will slide around here, which it will, and if you need any more semolina, you can just add underneath. Yours is like perfection over there. You use your hands and start to stretch it out, and I'm gonna show you, because you have a good crust going on right there. Using your hands, now we're gonna try to start stretching it out. Sometimes like this, if you just pull the crust, holding it down with the other hand, helps you to stretch it out a little bit more.
Is there a wrong way?
No, there's no wrong way.
There is.
Well, except for what Mary Jo did. But no, I mean, isn't that what the fun part is that you're getting together and making pizzas, and it's trial and error. It doesn't have to be round. You can do a square pizza as long as it fits on the stone of the pizza oven. You can make a heart pizza, you can make a square pizza, you can do anything you really want to. I think the more practice though, the more round your pizzas can get.
So much better.
Yes, see? Okay, once we have it stretched out, and it's not gonna be completely stretched out at this point, before we launch, we'll stretch a little bit more. The funnest part, I think, of making a pizza is making it your own with your toppings. And that's what we did for you guys, was just go crazy on toppings. Whether you want to do marinara or a ranch pizza, like a salad dressing. You could even do Caesar salad, chicken pizzas. We have pesto. You have to pick your sauce base. Unless you want to skip the sauce and maybe just dollop it around, you can really play with and do whatever you want. So what are you guys feeling? Because we have everything. Mushrooms, we've got artichokes, we've got one of my favorite things that I'm recently addicted to again is the banana pepper on a pizza. It's vinegary, it adds a little bit of, that vinegar. We've got our, girls, can we just all agree on what color these are?
Red, purple.
Purple onions, thank you for agreeing with me. Mary Jo.
I was agreeing with you. I knew that was the right answer.
Purple onions. We've got some shredded mozzarella.
Hey Betty, someone's wondering if you could show how to stretch with your knuckles again.
Oh yeah. So if everybody wants to carefully do this without using any of your fingertips, you want to use fists like we're boxing and gently get it up and go around and let the gravity do its job by letting it fall. If it starts to feel like it's too thin, hurry up and switch to the next palm, continuing to go in a circle. No, it's perfect. This would be more of a technique for somebody who feels a little bit more confident. You don't have to do it, but it's a good way. Once you get more used to it, you can do it. There's ways of doing it, flapping it over your arm and spinning it if you want it to.
Okay, how do I fix the hole?
You got a hole too? But your pizza dough looks so good. So a little hole, all it needs is a little pinch and tuck, right? That's perfect.
Pie crust.
That's perfect. Yours is perfect. I think the less that you play with your dough, the better it's going to come out. Like you're there already, so leave it. Yes,
Can we
because
poke holes in it?
it looks a little bit small, but once we have it up there, we'll stretch it right before it goes in.
Do you poke holes in it?
Tracy asked, do I poke holes in it?
I poke mine at home.
With either a fork or you could just indent it with your fingertips if you want to help prevent it. Or I think Blackstone, we need to come out with a roller for poking the holes through. So yeah, we don't have forks out here with us, but just use your fingertips, and if not around your crust, just the center, do a little bit of indentation. It'll help it from bubbling up. Got it?
Got it.
Good. So now the fun part. Are we good? We're gonna make pizzas. We're gonna get creative, like it's your palette, like it's it's playtime. Get crazy. Yes. This. So Kelly King, this beautiful piece of equipment is our topping tray separator. You can load up all of your toppings in here. It will come with the proofing box, and that you have to watch out for. It'll be coming soon. I think it's fabulous. Look at how this adds to a pizza party, so that everybody can just pick from it. Okay, you could even put sauces in there if you wanted to. If you were having the kids out doing a pizza party, put your sauces with spoons in here instead of bowls. Anything you really wanted to that you're gonna add to your pizza party. All right, ready?
Can we get crazy?
Get crazy. We're not gonna go on the peel yet. Make sure that your pizza dough is not sticking to your table before you start loading it. If you do, if it does stick, a little bit of extra semolina just dusted under the bottom will make sure that when we do slide this up onto that peel, it's going to go nice and smoothly. Okay, we're moving around. But it's gonna fit on the stone, so it's perfect. And we can shape it a little bit more. Let me see. Sherry says hers is not round, I think. And we've got just a little tiny hole, and that's good. It's a little bit more round, but oval's good too. Okay, get creative with your pizza. Mary Jo's doing sauce.
I'm a rhombus.
Red sauce. You're doing pesto, which I love. You're going for ranch. Red sauce. That's the difference about ordering pizza and having your pizza oven, Sherry, is that yes, you can do your pizzas half and half, or Mary Jo said earlier, do it 3 different ways. You can do it any way you want.
Now I can't decide.
Jen from Griddle Nation says, do you use a different dough for dessert pizzas? And Betty, have you made a dessert pizza?
Jen, that is a great question. Do I use different doughs for dessert pizza? You could, if you wanted to get into a pastry sweeter dough, maybe add some cinnamon and sugar to it. Even in the dough, it would probably work. I use a regular pizza dough, a New York style pizza dough for my dessert. The only difference is the toppings are sweet. So no, I don't, but you could if you wanted to.
Cheese on the bottom or cheese on the top?
Do you like cheese on the bottom or cheese on the top? Tracy asked. You can really do it anyway. An upside down pizza is one of my favorites at home. I do cheese on the bottom, then sauce. A cheese on
top of the, like,
on the pesto?
on the sauce and
Yeah.
then the topping? Or toppings on the sauce and then the cheese on the top?
Tracy's wondering about which order to layer sauce, cheese, toppings, which is really a personal choice. You can honestly do it any way you want. There's no wrong or right. You playing with it. what do you want to, I think if you did your toppings neck or your cheese next and then your toppings last, your toppings are what you're going to see presentation wise, which will show everybody what the pizza is. If you hide them under the cheese, they might not get as, that little bit of crisp. Okay. I know. Look at Mary Jo. Like, Mary Jo, you just, that's out of a magazine, picture perfect.
Well, it's a math skill I have.
I'm going to go down with,
Only when I'm with you.
oh, I wish we could have a pizza party every day together.
You bring out the best in us.
You bring out the best in me. All right, we're going red sauce on mine and a little bit of spots. We're doing a little, I'm going Italian colors. Green of our pesto. Doing this with your girlfriends, I mean, do you do this would you do this at home with your friends?
Oh, yeah.
Like go to a spin class hosted by Tracy and then go to Tracy's pizza party afterwards and it evens itself out?
Sure. Can we do that tonight?
Well, yeah, that would be fun. I don't know if I could get through a spin class after all this partying we did today.
You can be an observer.
I,
Watch.
I would.
Betty, someone else asked, is there such thing as too many toppings?
Somebody asked that, do you know their name?
Jen,
Jen asked if there's too many toppings on a pizza. Could you overload a pizza? I think you could overload a pizza. If you overload a pizza with too much of a liquid sauce and you don't need that much time for your dough to cook, it's too thin, then your toppings aren't going to cook. And the opposite goes for if your dough needs more time and you've overloaded it, it's going to maybe not cook all the way through. The good thing about the pizza oven is the two-stone technology, which is going to help with that. But what I suggest is if you want to go heavy on sauce, like some people do enjoy a saucy pizza, especially an upside-down pizza, which is my favorite, I par bake the crust first. So once you got to the point before adding your toppings, slide your crust into your pizza oven and par bake your crust till about 80 to 90%, then take it out. You could put that into a container or a bag and freeze it for up to 2 months, and then you could always have pizza shells in your freezer for ready use. But when you load that pizza shell up, it's not going to need as much time to cook, so you can really go heavy on your toppings. Yours looks ready.
Terry White Sr. also asked, Betty, have you tried stuffed crust pizza?
That's a funny question, Terry. Somebody else just asked if I've ever made a stuffed crust pizza. I'm not a huge fan on stuffed crust, but you can easily make one and enjoy it at home. It's gonna cook good in the pizza oven. You could stuff it with any kind of cheese you want it to, or even use those mozzarella sticks that I give my kids and stuff it with. It makes it easier. Cut them up, stuff it around. It'll be ooey gooey cheesy. Perfect. I'm going with artichokes on mine. What are you going with yours, Tracy?
Artichokes.
Are you? You like artichokes too?
And
Mushrooms, all the things. How about you guys? What did you do, Kayleen?
I did half and half. I had some pepperoni, peppers on the side, and then some mushrooms and pepperoni sausage on the side.
I have to come look. What did you do, Sherry?
Ranch and chicken with mushrooms and half margarita.
This looks so good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I like the green. You're still playing with the dough.
Well, you know what?
I'm gonna
Probably ruin it by working it too much.
and that's fine, because guess what? One thing you could do with that dough, if you feel like you've wasted a dough because you messed it up and you can't get it back to that shape of pizza, you can have fun doing that and tossing it. But one thing I love doing with pizza crust, if you caught my episode on the YouTube channel, is save that pizza crust. Mom would used to rip it and deep fry it, and as soon as it comes out, sugar right over the top, fried dough, a very old school Italian dessert, which we could do that with that pizza dough when we're done.
Can I be adopted?
Yes.
Your mom sounds amazing.
Well,
Mom, we're coming home.
she would love it.
We're just gonna ride in our suitcase home. She doesn't have to pay for college even. Oh, I already went to college.
I love it. It is. It's where I've gotten a lot of how I cook from my mom. She's still playing with the dough, Mary Jo over there. Okay, what other toppings do I want with artichoke? I think I'm gonna go for a little bit of sausage, and a little bit of olives. Now you're making me want to go crazy. I wasn't gonna go crazy with toppings today. I'm going with the purple onions.
What color are those onions again?
They're purple.
Okay, they're purple.
And I hope that CJ and Nate hear that right now. These are purple.
Justin Turner asked, have you ever done a lobster pizza?
I have not done a lobster pizza yet. I don't think I've ever even eaten a lobster pizza, but now I could at home. Okay, our pizzas look good. Everybody's done loading up their pizzas. Now we've got to get into launching the pizza. This is sometimes the scary part for people, is the launching, until you really get the hand of it's a flick of the wrist. We've got our pizza peels. We have semolina down underneath our pizzas, correct. We want to take a little bit of our semolina and high dust over your peel. Once we have that, there's a couple different ways to do this. If you want to move fast and get under there, if you can, at least if you can get under half, you can use your hands to get the rest pulled on, or you could just place it down next to it and take both of your hands and drag it on. It's really whatever you're more comfortable with. I'm going to slide mine under. You want to make sure you don't get any wetness on your peel. No sauce, because that is what might lead you to sticking when launching. We're gonna slide under here. See how fast that was? I'm gonna do it again. Just so that, and that's good. She's halfway up hers, and she's gonna use her hands to pull it on. Real quick motions will get you there. Get it under there and just rock it back and forth, and you're on. As long as we're still shaking, you're scared? No, don't be scared.
But I put olive oil around the edge. So
Pretend you're punching someone.
Oh, then here we go.
There, see? You're up. And now we just probably want to get yours in there first, because you're worried about the balsamic glaze that you put on
I
there.
wanted it to get crispy, like crispy, you know,
Yeah.
cook some more.
If we're gonna come to yours, but if you want to put a little more semolina, you could lift it up, put a little more semolina, just so that you don't stick, and we'll get yours.
RV Sanchez said, if you accidentally take too long putting the toppings on the dough and it becomes stuck to the counter, what's the best way to transfer it without turning it into a disastrous shape?
Oh, I messed up my
RV, that is a great question. How do we get our pizza if it gets stuck on our counter because we weren't fast enough? You gotta be faster. No. I would say continuing to make sure as you're topping, keep checking it, slide it around. If it's stuck at that point, stop and get some semolina under there by lifting it.
I'm a bad student.
You're gonna get it in. No, you're not. You're getting it. Look. Since you're halfway up, look.
Oh, see?
Your hands, and now this is where one more stretch comes, lifting your fingers under and stretching it out, which made it just bigger.
I didn't ruin it. Now what?
You're good. Do you want to do one last stretch before launching? That would just be, maybe you shouldn't, but you can if you want to.
Do you not trust me with dough?
I do. Look, one last stretch just gives you just another little inch around. Before we get these into the pizza oven, everybody's up and good and ready to launch this. We're gonna all launch successfully, but first, grab your instant read and let's temp our stone to make sure our Blackstone is where we want it. I'm at 735. We're on low too. I'm at 735. Where are you guys at?
Why didn't I hit instant read?
We're hot.
Point it down at the. Where are you at?
780.
Are we feeling confident with launching?
I don't think I don't know, I'm chicken.
7:30.
That's good. So if you want, let's lower this. I always say just lower it right before putting it in.
Brent Hilliard said, is a metal or wood peel better for launching pizza, and do you have a preference?
Brent, is a wood peel or a metal peel better for launching? And which do I like better? I am only used to working with our metal one, it's really going to be preference on how you like it. Some people will say a wooden one is better, but with the semolina, I don't really have a problem with the metal one. You ready? I'm going to launch mine just so you can watch, and then we're going to launch your guys, okay? You've got this. And I like how you did the oil around the outside of your pizza with the seasoning. I mean, it looks gorgeous, this little extraness. Before we launch, we have to turn off our rotating stone. You don't want to mess up launching and the stone be spinning, and then your pizza's going to be spinning with it, and it'll be a disaster. I would say just ask someone, but I'm not going to. Okay. Into the pizza oven, right into the back. In and turn it back on. You want to make sure when you're launching that this part gets far enough back, because if you launch and you're not far enough back, when you pull it, half of your pizza is going to come out of that oven. So you have to get back in there.
So halfway-ish, 2/3, do the...
I would say make sure that this gets to the back of that stone and pull.
Okay, you're up, Mary Jo.
This should then land right in the center of your stone.
Is this gonna affect it? Do I need to brush it off?
You can if you want to, but it's going to also help you. So let's turn off that spinner. I turn down the heat a little bit. Okay, go. Flick of the wrist, nice and fast. Perfect. Let's turn it back on.
It's on fire.
It's your semolina, which
Can I
is,
push it? Just turn it.
yep, turn it back on. And the semolina.
Oh.
You want to make sure not to overdo the semolina on your peel, because then that might happen. But we're going to get yours in now. Yours is, we're going to turn it off. Launch it back there. Nice and quick. And hers is a loaded pizza. I mean, you have 2 toppings extra loaded on one side, which you just did that really, really good. And it looked like a piece of cake. And you were nervous. It was easy though, right?
It was easy.
So, I mean, anybody can really do it. How's your pizza doing?
It's pretty.
It's pretty good. Okay.
It's like Christmas. Christmas, only better because I'm with you.
Oh, God, I love you guys so much. This is so fun. I wish I seriously could have a pizza party every day, and I'm going to come back and do more pizza parties.
Look how puffy and pretty
It is. It is.
my
Do you guys fight over the bubble?
I just like it. I don't care.
I love.
I'm the only one that eats it at my house.
Really? So my kids love the bubble. I love the bubble. You already did your balsamic glaze, which I love that you added that.
I'm going to put more on it.
The good thing about this pizza oven right now is that I don't have to sit there and watch it or turn it halfway. Well done. Look at that bubble I got. Guys, I'm turning off my flame, but I'm letting it stay in there just for a minute. I want it to stay in there. Look at this pizza.
Oh, it's so pretty.
It's like a pizza. Seriously.
Should we let it
I
burn off the
would be so happy to eat this.
Well,
One
let's
last
cut
thing.
it up and do
Would you enjoy on yours? That's my favorite part, the snow of Parmesan. Okay, you're launching.
Yeah.
I gotta get my pizza out. No, don't be scared. You've got this. Did you turn off the spinny? See? Easy. Sherry, how's your pizza? Okay, this smells delish. I love it. I like the cheese over yours. Everybody's looks good.
I am a pizza goddess.
Tracy, how did you feel about launching that?
I was a little nervous because it's kind of a weird shape and I didn't want it to like fly too far and hit over the back and be a mess.
But you got it right in the center.
Aww.
It looks good. Okay.
Make it look easy.
I think that's it, just with the more practice, because at first, no one's going to be perfect unless you do this for a living, like make pizzas and sell pizzas. But now I feel like I could sell pizzas. I think the best part at the end is zhuzhing it up with whatever you want, whether it's the cheese or some balsamic. I might go up with the balsamic.
Oh, I love balsamic.
Yes. Okay,
Drinkable. It is, don't you think?
you can turn this up too if you want. You want to turn it up?
I'm gonna have to just.
Sometimes I always just say turn it down if you are, I mean, you have a lot of toppings, so we want to give it a little extra time. This is the first bubble I got today in my crust.
How do we know when it's done?
That's kind of, Tracy, is asking, how do you know when it's done? And that's a good question. I think for me, I love a over well done pizza. This is probably the lightest one I've cooked today. I'd like to leave it in a little bit longer, but I'm going to do it different this time. It's how well you like it. If you feel like your crust is cooking too fast and your inside didn't, turn down your heat
So I could have maybe kept it
a little bit longer.
see.
Yeah, I think it's trial and error to figure out exactly what, around what temperature you want, which is why it's important to have the temp gun, and then where works best for you with what dough you're using too, how many toppings you're using. You're good.
Let it go back in.
Except we want to make sure that we turn that spinner off before we do it. We take it out and look at it. Because you can always put it back in. That's the good thing. If you don't slice into it, you can always put it back in to cook longer. How do you feel about that? How do you like your pizza? Do you like it a little bit longer? So we can just put it back in, turn it back on, and you can just keep on with whatever you're doing. I'm going to look at the bottom of mine. Mine, I think it looks fine. I don't know what I'm going to do over the top, a little ranch even. I'm really getting addicted to ranch on pizza lately. I like dipping the crust into some ranch. Thank you.
Tracy Pierce on Facebook asks, do you like a calzone in this oven or pizza? Which one do you prefer?
I like both, Tracy. Tracy just asked if I like a pizza or a calzone in the pizza oven, this pizza oven. I've enjoyed both. I have made calzones in the pizza oven. They're fun. It's the same thing. Make sure you turn it right back on, the spinny. I keep calling it a spinny. It's a rotating stone. That looks good. But yes, I enjoy both. Let's look at her pizza. Tracy, how did you do?
I think it looks pretty good.
It looks
I
good.
got the bubbles. I can eat them.
Is this your first pizza that you've made in the pizza oven?
In this pizza oven, it's my second pizza ever making one in this pizza oven, but I have the original OG pizza oven at home. So it's a little different, but
I think it looks good. Are you happy with it? I think it looks good.
yeah, I want to eat it.
Seriously. You were nervous. I could feel the nerves coming from you. And look at that. I'm happy with yours. We have Kayleen still cooking. It looks delicious. This probably doesn't go with the toppings I did, but I will never know if it goes with it if I don't try, which is the fun part. And because this pizza costs so much less than takeout, it's okay to play with all of these flavors and toppings and get it right the next time. Time to cut. Oh, we almost had a catastrophe over here from Mary Jo, which is what I was hoping for all day. This pizza party all day, we've had 3 pizza parties. We're on to our 3rd. Everybody perfected pizza because obviously it's easy to make pizzas in the pizza oven. So I was hoping for one of these moments. She saved it though. Okay, we only have, we're gonna turn up the heat over here and get this pizza. Yes, absolutely. For the oven to heat up, how long does it take the oven to heat up? Kayleen just asked. About 10 to 15 minutes, 20 at the most. It really also is going to depend on if I'm at home cooking in 10 degrees, I'll put it on about 20 minutes before I start cooking. If it's warm out, I'll put it on 10, 15 minutes before I go outside, and it heats up so fast, so fast. So you'll be able to tell by watching your gauge in the middle and figure out exactly where you like it. Your pizza looks good. We're cutting with our rocker. Everybody's pizza looks good? Okay. We're gonna wait until Kayleen's comes out. We've cut over here. I'm gonna wait to cut mine. Obviously, they've been waiting all day for this pizza party to eat their pizzas. I wanna look at yours. How did you like using the rocker?
I like it. We have one at home.
Yeah,
How do I get one?
You come to see me.
You
and
go
I
to
can cut you.
blackstoneproducts.com.
And you find one.
Blackstoneproducts.com will have this one along with all other kinds of pizza fun. But today, if you didn't know, it's pie. Did you guys know that it's Pie Day, right? We all know it's Pie Day. Yep, the bundle deal. $7.99 only until midnight tonight, though. If you order, you'll get some of the pizza accessories with it, the pizza kit. Kayleen, how do you think that looks? Are you happy with it? It looks good. Do you want anything on top? Do you want any cheese or? You're good? Okay, let's cut. Let's cut and eat, girls. This has been a fun pizza party. I do wish it would have fell a little bit. I'm sorry. I just love a good mistake. Yeah, it's all in fun. It's a pizza party for a reason. You're supposed to be having fun. I hear everybody's pizza. You like the rocker? Yeah. Okay.
I feel like it's professional.
Everybody's ready to taste? Do we want to taste each other's too?
Yes.
Ladies, thank you.
Sliding everywhere.
Look at that. I think that looks good. Ladies, thank you for cooking with me on this pizza party. I love how fun it is to cook with you guys. Do we have any other questions about what you guys just did? Or do we all feel better about launching the pizzas? Yes. Every single person was nervous, but it went so smoothly.
How do we save it if, like, we have a bad launch and it's like the back of the stone?
Tracy's asking, how do we save a pizza that gets messed up in the launch? It's really going to depend on how bad that mess up is. If you didn't turn off your stone from rotating and you messed up, that pizza's going to get dragged around. So you're going to want to get it out. Or if it's halfway, you could try to just keep going with it. You're going to figure it out.
We have one last question from Griddle Nation from Nay.
Nay.
I had a question. Is it okay using a cast iron pan in the pizza oven?
Nay, that is a great question. Can you use a cast iron pan in the pizza oven? Yes, you absolutely can. I just had someone here from headquarters show me a skillet cookie that they made in a cast iron in there. I've had a viewer or a Blackstone owner that did a apple pie in one. You can do dips in it. You can do anything you want in the cast iron as long as it fits and it can still spin. You're good to go. So that's it. We all made pizza. We had a pizza party. I love that you're adding the pineapple sriracha to the top of your margarita pizza. Seriously, I'm going to try that.
Try that. And the green chili cheese is
Okay.
really good on the pizza.
Yes. Can I bring you guys up here for my last? This was so fun. Let's do a pizza cheers. And
Bring your own pie?
say, yes, bring your own pie to the party.
I only want, like,
That's exactly it. Like, what about a pizza party with your friends where everybody has to bring just their toppings and then you have to share the pizza?
Ooh, my.
like
Oh,
a
that looks
charcuterie
so
board.
pretty.
You guys, all of them look so good.
Kayleen's is so colorful.
Thank you for hanging out with us all day long during Pie Day.
don't drop it.
It's been so much fun. I cannot wait for you guys to try these pizzas at home, any of the ones we made today, or get creative with your own. Have fun creating your own pizza party with your friends and family.
Can you come every week?
Yes. I would love to come every week. Thank you guys
party.
so much.
Pool party
Thank
at
you.
your house.
Woo! I know, you have to come visit me.
That'd be awesome.
Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Let's eat.
I know.